I was looking for Gorilla Tag videos on YouTube as usual when I stumbled across this channel called Chimp GT. The channel and video itself were strange, so I clicked on it without knowing what I was getting myself into. The video starts off with a salmon monkey spawning in Stump before walking up to the computer and typing in the code JOY89. But wait a second. All the buttons on the wardrobe and game mode selector are missing textures besides the infection button, which is selected. I don't know why this is, but we will have to continue watching the videos to see. Continuing on, he exits the stump to enter the forest to start branching. But then he looks at the siren. The top part of the siren is the same missing texture as the buttons inside of Stump, and he notices that. Afterwards, he continues branching. He makes his way to the bridge and jumps down onto the branch of another tree. But let's roll it back a few seconds. He makes his way. What is that thing in the treehouse, and why is it watching him? We don't know if it's just a missing texture of an object inside of the treehouse, or if it's another player, but either way, it should not be in there. Anyways, the player continues branching but falls down onto the ground, and then he walks over to the siren and presses the mute button a few times, hoping that the button would turn back to normal and gets textures back, but it doesn't. He then climbs on top of the siren and jumps on top of it a few times. But then, the video ends. The next video starts off with the player entering the code JOY89, just like he did last video. He then exits the stump and jumps on the same branch he did last video, but turns around. The siren is completely gone, and the player is visually confused. He jumps down to where the siren originally was, and then walks over to the slide to jump onto another branch. He climbs up the tree and is about to jump onto another tree, before realizing that that tree is also gone. Something in this code is very off, although I did notice something while rewatching the last video. The tree that is missing in the second video is the same tree he fell off of to go to the siren in the first video. While it could just be a coincidence, I thought it was a little neat fact. The player then jumps down on top of the shadow of where the tree was, points at where the siren used to be, and the video ends. The next video starts off with our player spawning in Stump and entering the same code while the siren is playing Monkey Need to Swing, the Forest OST. Now pause for a minute. Anything different? His color. His color in the first video was salmon, in the second video is teal, and now it's a smooth forest green color. Doesn't affect the story right now, but I just want to bring it up because it is kind of odd. The player goes up to the game mode selector and stands there for a second, before exiting the stump and entering the forest. He sees that the siren is back and then turns to the branch he normally jumps on when loading into the lobby. He sees that the branch, along with other branches on that tree, are a corrupted red color, and he jumps onto the main branch. For some odd reason, it makes the noise that you hear when stepping on the ground in City or the stone in caves, instead of the wood sound that you normally hear when stepping on a branch. The player quickly moves their attention to a corrupted green tree near the back of the forest. He jumps down to the gazebo and sees the steps to get up to the leaderboard are also corrupted, and he puts his hand up against it and steps on it. He makes his way to the tree before his game crashes and the video cuts. The next video is very strange because all of the textures inside of the stump are completely corrupted. The gorilla is now a peach color, and he enters the same code as the previous 3 videos. The player enters the forest, and the video cuts to him approaching the tree that cuts through the bridge once you climb the ramp. He then jumps to a random part in the forest, and the video ends. The final video starts off with our player, now a very light teal, entering the same code as he did the past 4 videos. He enters the forest to see a horrifying sight. All of the trees were tilted and completely corrupted. He falls down from a tree and struggles to get back up, but eventually he makes it. He enters what used to be the treehouse, and he turns around. A green, corrupted monkey was standing right there with deepening red eyes. He quickly jumped out of the treehouse through the window, and the video ends. I thought that the videos were over, that just ended after he saw the ghost. But something was odd. I realized something was enabled in the final video that wasn't enabled in any of the other ones. Subtitles. I enabled subtitles in the final video, and at 10 seconds into the video, there's a weird set of code in the subtitles. And the set of code is part of a YouTube URL. So I put it into the top bar and watched the actual final video. The final video starts off with our main character, now completely white, entering the code Joy89 just like the previous 5 videos. The player enters the city, and then comes back to the stump. He then goes to the canyons, but also comes back to the stump. He finally enters the cave and goes into the mine. The video cuts to him running out of the cave, probably because he saw the ghost from earlier in the video. He quickly gets back into the stump and enters the code Joy89. The video ends with text saying everything is normal now, and I can finally play with my friends. But what did he do that made everything go back to normal? Go back in the video, the code he's been entering in the entire time was spelled J0Y89, while the code he entered at the end was spelled JOY89. So the lesson is, always make sure you entered in the right code. You never know what might be lurking.